Hi, and welcome to another video by Get It Done Home Repairs. Today we're going to do a fairly simple job. We're going to be replacing the hinges on the door. So there's different ways of doing it. I'm going to explain the way you can do it, and I'm going to do it the easiest possible way for me and for you. All right? There's different ways of doing it. One, you can get in here, take a screwdriver and a hammer, and you take this and you tap that, and you knock the pins out here, here, and here. And then you could take the door off. The way I choose to do it versus doing it like that is to just leave the door hanging, and then we're going to take the drill and we're going to remove the screws.
If you don't have a drill?
If you don't have a drill, then you can just use a regular screwdriver to do the exact same thing that the drill does. It actually, or I should say the electric screwdriver, you can do it by hand or you can use the electric, whatever you prefer. What I do, just so you know, is I will take it out using an electric screwdriver. I do not put them back in, because one thing you do not want to do is you don't want to strip out the holes on the door itself or in the frame of the door itself. All right, so now after you take the screws out, you just pull the hinge, and it comes right out just like that. Now, there is different kind of hinges, just so you know. This we may have a little issue with, because I see somebody put paper behind it to shim it out, so we'll see how that goes when we put it back together. There's different kind of hinges. You can see that this hinge here is rounded. Some hinges, when you buy them in the stores, they are actually squared off, so make sure you get the right hinge. All right? Now, when you put the hinge back on, there is only one way this hinge can go on. As you can see the bottom right here? And you see what the top looks like? You have to make sure you put it with this piece here, this pin, facing up, because it will mount with that pin facing down, but that's not the way it goes. It has to go like this with the pin facing up. All right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to put it in here like this. We're going to take our new screws. We're not reusing the old ones. We're going to take our new screws and we're going to screw them in. What I usually do is catch them by hand, screw it down till it's almost tight, and then we're going to stop. And then we're going to catch all of them in there first before we do anything. And now that we have everything caught in there, now we can start to screw it down to make it tight. But now we know all the screws line up. The problem is if you tighten up half the side, and this is off just a little bit, it won't fit into the opening as pre-cut in the door or in the frame itself. And now that we have all 6 of them caught, we can tighten them up by hand. Again, don't use your electric screwdriver. And that's it. That's all there is to putting a hinge on. Now we are going to go up and do, obviously, we're going to do the other hinges up the door here, but it's just a repetition, or you're just going to duplicate what you did below and put it back in. Again, just make sure that your pin is facing up and not facing down. If you needed to separate the hinge by any chance, these are extremely tight to separate right here, but if you do have to separate them, you just take a hammer and a screwdriver, put it on the bolt itself, you tap it, and you can see the pin starts to push out. But that's not the way we're going to do it. But if you had to, that's how you would do it. All right, so that's it. We're going to put the other 2 hinges on, and then this job is done. Fairly easy. All right, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.